Hello, hi. Welcome back to our Kubernetes series. In this video, let us discuss about secrets in Kubernetes. In the previous video, we have covered the config map and here secrets. In the upcoming video, environment variables. So we will be discussing what is the problem with our hard coding the credentials, especially the sensitive information, and what exactly is the Kubernetes secrets, and what can we store or what kind of information can be stored within the secrets, and how the secrets work, a step-by-step flow. Still production application deployment, starting from developers injecting a secret. And we will be seeing there are three ways of secrets injection in a pod. We already covered in the config map the same thing, but in a different aspect we are covering. And also we'll be seeing a quick comparison with the secret as well as config map and what makes the difference, and a real world example how the application connecting to the database by using the secret, and a quick recap about the discussion. So without further, let's enter into the discussion. So secrets are especially used to managing the sensitive data and to transfer the secrets or API keys securely to the running application. So we are not supposed to hard code anything that might be a passwords, keys, tokens that need to be encoded and provided a role-based access control, and the running application we need to inject. That is what exactly Kubernetes secrets was. So this is the high level overview what exactly was. Here if you see, this is the secure credential flow happens. We have a secrets here and it was base encoded, and we are securely injecting that into the running application. That means pod have a running application that will decode the secret and use this for running the application. And we never see anywhere credentials stored in logs or any source code somewhere else. Now let us understand what is the problem with hard coding the credentials. First thing was, obviously app needs some sensitive data to function like passwords, API keys, tokens, certificate information like TLS, SSL certification that require at runtime. And hard coding is a security issue or disaster. So whenever credentials in a source code will get committed to a GitHub repository and it will be shared across the thing, and eventually it was leaked. And it is in a plain text in config map, which is not in secure. So in config map, that is especially used for non-sensitive data. That is the reason it was stored in a plain text. But secrets, we cannot use the same config map. That's where the secrets come into picture for managing the sensitive information. And also secrets inside a Docker image are exposed. So anyone can pull that particular Docker image and extract the credentials from the container layer. And also it will, what we can say, they can, whenever changing a password, that will become a difficult task, rotating the credentials. So with the help of secrets we can achieve that. So to fulfill these requirements or to overcome these drawbacks, Kubernetes secrets that stores the sensitive information, that provides a data in a encoded, and that will separate from the code, actual code, and that will inject into the runtime application securely. And this is how exactly the credentials which was hard coded looks like in a source code level itself. It will be leaked and visible to everyone, and this is how exactly it looks when we use Kubernetes secrets. Secrets are encoded and role-based access control and injected in the runtime through the running application, and this is how or what it can be overcome by the secrets. Now we will be seeing what exactly is Kubernetes secrets. So as I said, for storing the sensitive information, it is one of the Kubernetes object. Okay, and it also encode the data. So let's say there is a certain value, so that won't transfer the same value as it is. It is performing a base encoding, and then it will transfer to the pod, and in the pod it will decode again to use for the running application, and it uses securely by the pod. As I said, it will decode within the container, and it is similar to the config map, but secrets are especially designed for sensitive data, and the workflow, everything will be the same. And here there is a one important step come into picture, that is role based access control. With the proper access only, then that particular user or that particular container with the permissions with key, then only they are able to decode and use that for the running application. Here one important thing to note was, base 64 is for encoding, not the encryption. Encoding and encryption both are different. Encoding is just converting a data into unrepresented manner. Anyone can decode, and encryption is something converting a data into some encrypted manner, and with the help of key, then only they can decrypt the data. Without that they cannot decrypt. So this is how exactly the secret YAML file looks like within the Kubernetes. We are specifying the kind as a secret, and in the metadata we are specifying the name as a DB secret, and type, and then data in the sense whatever the credentials or secret information you need to pass, like database password or API key that you are passing here, and it will be encoded and decoded within the pod, and never be hard coded anywhere in the source code. Now, what exactly the secrets are stored? So they can store the database password, like database credentials, we can say, and API token, like a token for service authentication, like GitHub token or any other, and SSH keys, like server access keys. For secure server accessing purpose, we use that, and certificates like a TLS certificate, HTTPS purpose, and authentication credentials, some basic authentication credentials, HTTP authentication basics, and registry tokens. So these all can be stored within the secrets. Now let us see how the workflow of secrets. So a step-by-step flow, how starting from defining till the injection, how happens the flow. Initially, the admin will create a secret with the encoded value. Here, once it was created, the secrets are stored securely in a cluster etcd database. Etcd database is present in the worker node. Sorry, not in the worker node. It is in the master node or control plane, we can say. And it was also encrypted at rest. So etcd provides this feature, encryption at rest, and they also provided a role based access control. That means who can read it and who can write it. Okay, once it was stored in the etcd database, then the pod specifications will reference that particular secret by the name. So I will be showing in the next slide how exactly the pod specifications reference the secret with the help of name. Once the pod specifications reference that, then the secret will be decoded and indexed into the container. So Kubernetes is responsible for decoding that base 64. Then container will receive the credential in a plain text, and saves that as an environment variable. And finally, the application will read the decoded credentials at runtime. So the application will read, processes this particular plain text which was available only at the runtime and never be hard coded anywhere. This is the high level overview or flow of how the secrets flows in a Kubernetes. Okay, and in the upcoming video, yeah, sorry, in here let's cover the ways to use your secrets within your pod. First method was setting up as environment variables. So all secrets storing as an environment variable within the pod. Okay, so here is the pod YAML example. So here as the name is referencing, and within the container it was storing as an environment variable. This is popular, widely used uh, way or method to use the secrets. Okay, and the second method was specific keys. I think these all three methods are same as ConfigMap also, but there it comes to some normal data, and here the sensitive information. Okay, so here specific keys in the sense, while defining this particular key, you are defining only one key, not every information. This key is mapped to this particular database password within the container. Okay, and the third method was mounted files. That means especially the TLS certificates or SSH keys as a files. Each and every content which was within the secret file, that will be mounted as a file within the Kubernetes container. Okay, Kubernetes pod, within that there is a container, there it was mounted. Now let us see a quick comparison with secrets and config map. First thing was, config map is used for non-sensitive configuration purpose, and secrets are for sensitive and confidential data purpose. Config map will store the data in a plain text, and it is easy to read. But secrets, it will be by default base encoded. In the config map, it is visible to the cluster users. But in the secrets, there is a dedicated role-based access controls. With that access or role, then only they can view or manage those secrets. In the config map, we can store the application settings, URLs, port numbers. These are some general data we can store in the config map. But in the secrets, it is something sensitive or confidential, like DB passwords, API keys, or some tokens. Okay, and this is like what exactly we can store: log levels, future flags we can apply, and config files also we can transfer. Here it also provides the TLS SSH keys and Docker registry token, and Encryption, trust, or any sensitive information cannot be transferred or stored within a config map, but secrets, we can strongly suggest or trust them and store the information. Why? Because it provides a encryption at trust also, like etcd is responsible for encryption at trust. And for easy or better understanding, you can think like a config map is in public notice pad where each and everyone who are using the Kubernetes cluster can read the information from the config map. But in the secrets case, it is some authorized pods or authorized users only can view that secrets information. So, and one common thing in both config map and secrets was both will be stored away from the code. There is a dedicated configuration files which was stored in a cluster level etcd. Okay, and it also both offers the or don't both complying with the 12 factor application. Those are some good to have features that application must follow. Now let us see a real world example how the application connecting to the database by using the secrets. So let's take a one scenario. Let's say we have a application which is Node.js API that needs to connect to a Postgres SQL database in your production environment. So here admin is responsible for creating a secret and DB password, let's say, that will be encoded in a dbsecret.yaml file. Okay, then it was applied to the target cluster. Okay, I mean the Kubernetes cluster. And one key important thing was we are never supposed to hard code or commit the information or YAML file into the Git repository. And once it was created, I mean secret was created by the admin, then the pod references the secret information. So pod references means there is a YAML file we just seen earlier that uses the reference, and that uses the secret name, whatever we are referring in the secret.yml file. The same thing in pod.yml also we are referring to, and the Kubernetes is responsible for authorizing via the role-based access control and injects it. Once it was done, app will reads the decoded password, and there is no hard coding is involved anywhere. Once it was read, then the password is rotated easy manner. Like we no need to recreate or restart the container or rebuild it from the scratch. We just need to change the or reapply the configuration. That's it. Okay, and here is how exactly the flow or a example definition what we just discussed, a diagrammatic representation of that. User, I mean admin, creates a secrets, then it was stored in the etcd, then it was applied to the it was referenced to the respective pod. Here we have node.js application pod. Okay, and then it connects securely to the corresponding database or corresponding application. Basically it will authenticate with the sensitive information what we have configured and stored. And what we just covered in this particular video, key takeaways was secrets are used for sensitive information, especially like passwords, tokens, credentials, keys, like that. And it was by defaultly base 64 encoded and role based access control. And it also helps for three injection methods and environment variables. We can inject specific ways we can inject, and files also we can inject, and also easy to rotate also, like we can upgrade the secrets and restart pod also. And in the upcoming video we'll seeing about environment variables within the Kubernetes. And thank you so much for watching, and all the best for your learning.